This is Sway.
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 In the morning.
In the morning.
In the morning.
Shake it.
Wake your punk ass up.
Crust out your eyes.
Sway in the morning, Shade 4 or 5. Hey, listen, I want to invite everybody to this party we're doing April 24th. We're going to Atlantic City. We're going to be at Harris. Ain't that right, Heather B?
Harris Casino in Atlantic City.
Yes, and I got passes for it if you're in the tri-state area. If you want to fly in from anywhere in the country, April 24th, Harris, Atlantic City. All you got to do is email us at partywithsway@gmail.com. Put your first and last name. No nicknames. No plus ones. You can't put boo-boo on there. I'm not going to know who boo-boo is. That's not on your ID.
Nope.
Whatever's on your ID, that's what you email us, okay? And I want to see if our next guest will join us, Heather B. It's a really funny dude.
So don't put Fluffy on there.
Don't put Fluffy on there? Yeah, no, you can't put Fluffy on there. You got to put Gabriel Iglesias on there, who's with us right now.
Yeah.
What up, Fluff? Yo, Fluffy, I remember the first time I heard the name Puffy. And I was like, yo, who names themselves Puffy? Right? The first time I heard it. And then it became like became a popular, iconic name. So is that where you got inspiration to Fluffy?
Fluffy more so like from a cat back in the day.
Oh, from a cat back in the day?
I called myself fat around my mom, and my mom was like, Miko, you're not fat, you're fluffy.
Yeah. Okay.
And so Fluffy just stuck.
Yep. So that was to make you feel good, right?
Yeah. So, because when you say fat, it just sounds like, oh, but you say fluffy, it sounds cute, cuddly.
Yeah, right?
You want to cuddle with something that's fluffy.
Yeah, so you wouldn't have, like, low self-esteem.
Exactly.
Like, if people scream out, you're fat, you could scream back, nah.
Nah, I'm just fluffy.
I'm fluffy.
Yeah.
And ladies love that.
The ladies, yes, they do.
Oh, now you got kids too, right?
I hug them. That's like Tempur-Pedic glove.
I heard you talk about your son before.
I have a son. He's 17 years old. He's going to be 18 this year.
Okay, 18. What is it like for your son? Like, his father's all over TV. His father's on the big screen now, and he's watched you work over the years. But like, is he getting residual? Like 17, 18? He's not a virgin, right? So is he getting is he getting that residual
I hope
love?
He is, but if he has game, that's a prize to me, man.
Y'all don't talk about that?
Well, I've asked him if he's got a girlfriend and stuff like that, and he's very shy about it. So, just the way he responds to it tells me that, I don't think nobody's touched it yet.
Touched it.
I don't think nobody's touched it yet.
Nobody busted sacks yet?
Oh, Lord. That's nasty.
One thing I like, Gabriel Iglesias has joined us. One thing I like is I'm from the West Coast, so I grew up in Oakland, and my neighborhood on 23rd Ave was blacks and Mexicans, Wasn't anything else at that time when I was growing up.
That sounds like where I grew up in Long Beach.
Right, in Long Beach, right? So you hear certain aspects you learn naturally about culture, so I learned a lot about Mexican culture, and you put that, you kind of give us that on stage, right?
A little bit of that, but you got to make sure that you don't alienate people and say stuff. Because, like, for example, out here, you say Mexican, and it's like some of the cultures, like, the Latinos they know out here on the East Coast is more so like Puerto Rican, Dominican, Cuban, So if you were to say something like "órale" back, on the West Coast, then out here it probably doesn't mean anything.
Yeah.
Oh, for example, "órale" and for Mexicans, he's like, "All right." So when you hear somebody ask somebody, "Hey, Julio, you want to go to the store?" "Órale!" He's like, all right, with enthusiasm. He's excited. But if you say that out here, the Puerto Ricans are like, brother, no sé lo que está diciendo. I don't understand you, man. What is that what you're saying? Yeah, Puerto Ricans are louder, too. They're the loudest of all the Latinos. They are, because nobody's looking for them. Nobody's trying to deport Puerto Ricans. That's why they can wave the flags everywhere. You don't see Mexicans waving flags, not even at soccer games.
Really?
Oh, yeah. Yeah, this is, hey, Mexico, real quick. And then
well, I didn't even think about that,
real
right?
quick, too.
Oh, yeah, different Latinos,
Now, is it like, the other thing I noticed on the East Coast, you in the West Indian community, if you're Jamaican, you're Jamaican, right? If you're from St. Martin, you're from St. Martin. If you're Trinidadian, you're Trinidadian. And then they got pecking orders, oh yeah, you don't want to be Haitian. I'm just saying,
true,
for example.
Tracy. Yo, you want to fight?
All right,
but it's true, Tracy.
But
it's popular being Haitian now.
Okay, it's popular now. Okay, Latino culture, is it that, like, do you find out on the East Coast, like, Dominicans see themselves above Puerto Ricans, where do Mexicans
all
fall?
Latinos see themselves as the number one Latino.
Right?
All of them, numero uno, or number one, or everybody's number one. Nobody wants to be second.
Right.
And nobody will claim being second.
Yeah, right? And you end up shitting on each other.
Yeah, it happens a lot.
All right, look, Gabriel Iglesias is joining us, man. He's performing live at Madison Square Garden.
Wow.
What the fuck, yo?
Yeah, right?
You at the Garden.
That's what I said. First time a Mexican plays the Garden, and it's a big deal.
That's a big deal, right? Are you nervous?
No, I'm not nervous. I'm more nervous about making sure that everybody finds out about it.
Okay.
Because it is such a big deal.
Yeah.
Not just any comedian gets to play Madison Square Garden. So the fact that somebody gets to do it, and I think it's ironic to a Mexican in a garden.
Yeah.
Oh,
you gonna kill it.
I gotta do that once.
He gonna kill it.
They paid him what?
Yeah. Paid him to be in the Garden? Damn. All right, Gabriel Iglesias is here. He's playing at the Garden. It's Friday, man. Tell your friends. Get tickets. We want to talk with them, 888-742-3345. And we got more Celebrity Wire up next.
Yeah, and when it comes to this beef of Young Thug, Lil Wayne is in the lead. I will explain how.
Shade 45. That's Gabriel Iglesias. That's true, man. I got a daughter, man. You can't hit her. I can never hit her. Punishment don't work. You got to embarrass them.
You got to embarrass them.
Right?
Let their friends raise them for you.
I literally have said that to her in public. Like, do you think I'm scared to embarrass you in public? Right?
You know what, that works. For the longest time, I couldn't get my son to wear deodorant. I couldn't get him to wear deodorant. I talked about him on TV, and then his friends started bringing him deodorants at school.
And then it worked, right?
Oh, he knows. Don't whatever you don't want to do. He gets mad sometimes, and then people say, "Well, doesn't your son get upset with you that you talk about him on TV?" And I go, "Well, I get upset that he doesn't listen. So you don't want to listen? Then that's just what I gotta do."
That's a blatant abuse of your power, but I appreciate it. Thank you, Gabriel.
You know what, though, Gabriel? I was reading. There was a time where you didn't listen to your mother because I know initially she was
but she didn't have a special.
But it's interesting because I was reading that comedy at some point led to you getting evicted from your home and then you lost your car.
Yeah.
And I want to know because everyone kind of just falls into this perception that once things are successful, they just stay like that. You get on and you're always on top.
No. When I first started doing stand-up, and this weekend is my 18th year anniversary doing stand-up comedy.
Wow, congrats.
Thank you. When I first started, I had a really, really good job. Usually when comics first start, they're really struggling to pay the bills. And I actually had a great job selling cell phones. And you got to figure, I was 20 years old at the time. My expenses were about $400 a month. And I was clearing $4,000 as a salesman, as a cell phone salesman.
Like selling drugs.
So I'm not going to lie. People were like, he's doing something. Yeah. And I had insurance, all kinds of benefits. And my mom was really, really upset with me that I quit that job to pursue comedy, which was barely paying anything. And yes, I got evicted from my apartment. And the repo man was looking for my car, but I swapped cars with friends. And so, you got this little trick.
Damn.
Never park the car around the corner because that's the first place they look.
Is that like a Mexican thing? Or, no?
That ain't right.
Don't act like you never hit a car.
All right, good point. Gabriel Iglesias is here. We got Jenna on the line from Texas. Good morning, Jenna.
Good morning. How are y'all?
Doing okay. Say hello.
Hi, Fluffy. How are you?
Good, Jenna. How are you?
I'm good. I just wanted to say big ups. I'm super proud to be Latino, and you're representing it big. And, Madison Square Garden is a huge thing. I'm from South Texas. I think you were just here not too long ago.
Sunday.
Yeah. I'm from McAllen.
He's fast.
Yeah, I'm from McAllen. So
RGB.
I'm proud of you. I'm proud of you. Yeah, the RGB. I'm proud of you, and keep it up. You're representing us big, so keep it up.
Thank you so much, Jenna.
That's what's up, man. He's going to be playing the Madison Square Garden this Friday. You can still pick up tickets. Ticketmasters? How can I get tickets?
I believe it's Ticketmaster.com.
Okay.
Or they can go to my website, fluffyguy.com, and there's a direct link right there.
Fluffyguy.com. Go to his website. Javier's in Montana. Go ahead, Javier.
Hey, what up, Fluffy? What up, Sway?
What up, man? Hey, y'all, it's Javier.
What up?
Javier, you're famous here.
Hey, man. I just want to know how fluffy your cheeks really are.
Whoa, hey.
Which cheeks?
Yeah, you want to clarify that?
Oh, man.
Wow. Yeah, man. That was it, huh?
Oh, that was it. Oh, sorry, you can't see what I just did, Javier. I was feeling my own cheeks, man. I assumed you could see me.
Oh, okay, yeah, man. I got awkward when you was touching your cheeks. All right, let's get into the Celebrity Wire with Tracy G. Gabriel Iglesias is joining us.
All right, so Drake, yesterday we were completely focused on this footage that came up from Coachella where Madonna, she planted this kiss on him. It looked like she was trying to hunt down his tongue for dinner or something. When he came up for some air, it looked like he was disgusted with the aftertaste. So everybody was like, all right, that definitely was unrehearsed and unwanted. But he went to his Instagram and he said, don't misinterpret my shock I got to make out with the Queen Madonna, and I feel 100 about that forever. Thank you.
Oh, so he wasn't about to vomit or nothing because it looked like he. Did you see that video?
Now, Rodman been in there.
That's funny.
Good point.
Yuck.
That's all I remember. Sean Penn was like the first. But Rodman, ooh, he sealed the deal.
Oh, boy.
Good point. Good point.
All right, and then moving over to some other hip-hop
Rodman been in
news.
there.
Young Thug, who we know from Rich Gang, and then Lil Wayne, they've been butting heads over the title of the Young Thug's new release. From Cash Money, which Lil Wayne no longer wants to be a part of. Now, Young Thug was supposed to be calling it the Carter 6. So for obvious reasons, Wayne was upset with that. And now he said that he's going to be suing Young Thug if he continues to carry out with this album title. They've been going back and forth, but it looks like Young Thug has finally conceded. Listen to this.
Can't name the mixtape Carter 6 because these fuck ass niggas trying to sue. Just like some hoes. Big old blood, so I'm going bar the 6 on the fucking way.
I don't understand. Like, you know the story, right, Gabriel? Like, Lil Wayne put out Carter 1, mixtape series Carter 1 through 5. And then this artist, Young Thug, who signed the Baby, who also signed Lil Wayne, wanted to do Carter 6. So Lil Wayne was like, man, what are you doing?
What are you doing?
Yeah, I'm going to sue you.
Yeah, it's like me releasing Expendables 4.
Yeah, right?
It's like, no, it's Expandables. Not
Right? Yeah. I don't know, man. Are you thinking about doing that, by the way?
No.
Okay, all right. So, I'll take a cameo.
That's funny because I used to mess with Kevin Hart about because he's got his whole Red Cup gang thing, the clique that he does with the Red Cup, and I used to mess with him, and I'd show up and I'd be holding a blue cup just to mess with him, and then whenever he'd perform places, he's always gotten his writer that he needs to have red cups backstage. Well, I'm really good friends with a lot of the clubs, and I'd have him swap his red cups out with blue cups.
No shit.
Just to mess with him. And then he got mad at me one day, and he's like, I'm going to start wearing jean shorts. And I'm like, dude, I'm just playing.
You do wear jean shorts a lot,
I wear 24/7, man. I rock.
What the hell?
Me and John Cena are the only ones that rock jean shorts.
Yeah, man. Wow, just look at his knees right here, Heather B.
I like him.
You like him? All right. What else you got, Tracy?
Well, really quickly, Pink, she's a very, very healthy woman, and she was recently at a charity event, but for some reason, what baffled me was that folks were commenting on her weight. You can look at this photo right here. She still
looks good.
Hella healthy, but a lot of folks were saying that she was fat, and she went on her Instagram. She said, I can see that some of you are concerned about me from your comments about my weight. You're referring to the pictures of me. And she was talking about how she was at a cancer benefit to support her friend. She said, unfortunately, my weight seems much more important to some of you. While I admit that the dress didn't photograph as well as it did in my kitchen, I will also admit that I feel very pretty, beautiful. So my good and concerned peoples, please don't worry about me. I'm not worried about me. And basically, she said that she's chilling. And she signed it off, love cheesecake.
Gabriel, I'm sure you you being an expert at this.
Pink is not fat.
Pink
is not fat.
Right.
She's beautiful. Aside from that, that's the only woman I know that does Cirque du Soleil during her own concerts.
Every time.
She just get up on her and start spinning through the ceiling, and I'm just like, wow.
Yeah, you get the best vision, too, like the best shot. Like I was right underneath her at the Grammys. You couldn't imagine what I saw.
You saw Pink.
You saw exactly. Hello. All right, Gabriel Iglesias here. Man, we want to think of like PC ways of saying someone is fat, right? A lot of people go through that. Fluffy. You like fluffy?
Fluffy works.
All right, let us know what you like. 888-742-3345. Sway in the morning.
Way in the morning.
All right, 22 minutes into the hour. Gabriel Iglesias is here with us. He's performing live at Madison Square Garden this Friday. He's not the least bit worried, Heather B.
Nope.
I've never seen anyone so calm with such a big major event coming up in just like how many? 3 days? 3 or 4 days?
About 3 days.
Yeah,
This Friday.
Like I get nervous. I use the bathroom a lot. Like, that's when I take a lot of poops. Like
That's my office.
That's your office?
That's my office. I do the majority of my tweeting, texting, all that good stuff happens from there.
From the toilet?
Yeah, well, you got to figure. For me, it's like there's always people around me, so that's the one place where I can be alone. Just me, my thoughts, and my movement.
Okay.
And,
the whole new kind of movement. Now, what is the proper way? Because your mom called you fluffy.
Right.
Instead of fat.
Yeah.
What are other PC terminology you hear people using now? That
Husky. You hear husky. Well, a husky's more like if you're a kid.
yeah.
Look at that little kid. He's fat. No, he's just a husky kid.
Okay.
If you're husky, or if you're talking about a big woman, you'd say something like she's thick.
She's thick, right?
Voluptuous.
Yeah, right.
BBW. There's all kinds. That sounds like wrestling.
BBW, what does that mean? Because this guy,
Big
Juan,
beautiful woman.
Juan is in Chicago. Good morning, Juan.
Hey,
What up, Juan?
Morris.
Yeah.
What's going on, guys?
Oh, okay. Hey, so what do you
Hey.
use? Instead of calling somebody fat, what do you use?
I agree with Gabriel, man. I use a lot of BBW.
BBW.
Big beautiful woman.
I didn't
That's
ever heard of that
nice.
one.
Yeah.
I heard of DSL.
Drake said it. You heard BBW.
A lot of rappers, they'll do that hashtag BBW.
Yeah, from Drake.
Oh, okay. All right. Hey, thank you, man. I appreciate that. Manuel's
Thanks,
in
Juan.
Texas. Manuel, what up, man? Manuel.
How y'all doing?
How you
What's
doing?
up?
Hey, Odele.
Orale.
Oh, orale.
Yeah, see? Texas is the cutoff.
Mexicans
Okay.
in Texas.
Texas is the cutoff.
Texas is the cutoff. All right, so
How y'all doing?
doing all right.
What's up?
Yo,
So
what's
stupid.
another word you use instead of calling someone fat?
Big bone.
Big
Oh,
bone.
that's
that's
true.
You know, they
Big
say they
boned.
just, they got good genes. Just well built.
She's big boned. All right. Yeah, that sounds
That
good.
works.
Can you see a woman getting offended by that though? Is that kind of like borderline where it could go positive, could go negative, depending on how the woman might perceive that?
It's one of those things where she has to announce it herself, or you are describing her as that, but privately. You gotta be careful when she's
I
in the
never
room.
heard a woman describe herself as big bone, but definitely thick.
Yeah,
They'll
they
that
say thick
she's-
a lot of
she's
times.
thi- Yeah, I'm thick.
All right.
I'm thick. Yeah.
Big bone. I don't think a woman wants to hear that big. Like I like to, I like when women say I got a big bone. It's a
No, get
difference.
out, Sway. Ew.
You can use
Hey,
that.
hey, what's that like?
Baby.
I'm writing a book. I'll tell you about it.
There's a reason why I tell jokes.
All right. We got Eric from Springfield on the line. Good morning, Eric. How you doing?
Hey, good morning, Sway. Good morning, Heather, Tracy, Fluffy.
Hey, what
What's
up,
going on?
Eric? How
y'all
you doing?
What's up?
Hey, man.
I'm all right. I'm on the road just driving my tractor trailer. I listen to you guys every and I love your show, love your topics. You guys is doing your thing on Shade 45.
Thank you, man.
Appreciate
You're a citizen, bro.
That's Sway in the morning.
So what's that word you like to use instead of fat?
Chunky, ain't nothing wrong with that.
Chunky. Chunky.
Chunky.
No, I mean, thickalicious.
Thickalicious.
Thickalicious. Okay.
that's
Good
nice.
recovery, because Chunky, you was getting some looks, man.
Yeah.
Chunky.
Yeah, Gabriel got offended at that
Chunky's only good if it's soup.
one. Yeah, right?
Maybe oatmeal, peanut butter.
Yeah, you want
Yeah.
a chunky, right?
Yeah, no.
All right. All right.
Thickalicious sounds like, yeah.
That's
Yeah,
nice.
like that sounds sexual. All right. Okay, Tracy, what else you got?
That's it, Sway. Unless you want to talk about Justin Bieber.
Well,
Real quick.
Gabriel, you want to talk about Justin Bieber?
Sure, why
Okay.
not?
All right, I'm sure he's in
I'm sure
your
he's going to
act.
be. Well, no, I don't talk about Justin Bieber. But it's why he's all over the place. He's going to be in the corner for the Mayweather fight.
That's right.
Yeah, him and Mayweather are homies, and they just had the roast of Justin Bieber. What, like 2 weeks ago?
You should have done the roast.
I don't do roast. I'm an easy target, and I don't like talking smack about people.
Okay, all right. That's very kind of you for a comedian.
Yeah, I
that's
mean,
it.
what
Other
for?
than your son.
Well, those are facts. I don't talk smack about them. I talk
The
facts.
facts about
I say,
them,
yeah, he don't
okay.
wear deodorant, and so yeah.
Yeah, he gets
Now he
talked
does.
about. All right, so what is Justin in the news for?
Well, he got kicked out of Coachella Sunday night. So Drake was performing, and he was trying to just, stand off the stage so he didn't have to be with the different viewers. But security said that it was up to capacity. They were telling him that he had to be with the rest of the crowd. He started getting into an argument with security. A staffer came, said that she would escort him inside the artist area, but she grabbed Bieber by the arm. He got upset, and then supposedly he was put into a chokehold and
Bieber
escorted.
was put into a chokehold?
Yeah, and now he is threatening legal action.
Wow, he's going to sue them for putting him in a choke. How can you ask Justin Bieber to just go out in the crowd, though? Like, that would have
Yeah, you can't do that.
You can't do that.
Right. But apparently somebody was feeling their power at the time, or maybe feeling some drinks, and felt like they could do that with the young boy.
All right, well, damn.
That's going to work out. He's going to wind up headlining Coachella next year.
Yep, that's a reality check,
Sorry,
though.
sorry,
right?
Justin.
To be on top of the world and then get it put in a chokehold. What if
Sorry.
it's been a rough month for him? First it was the roast, now he's getting put in a
I'm
chokehold.
telling you, that's why I stopped drinking.
Yeah. right, thank you, Tracy G. If they
Of
want to reach
course.
you, how can they reach you?
Twitter, Instagram, @it's Tracy G, ITS or ACYG. And quick reminder, citizens, if you missed any part of the show, you want to go back to it, just go to SiriusXM.com/on-demand.
Yo, Gabriel, thanks for coming by, man. Congratulations
you guys
on
having
all
me.
your success. One of the
Thank you,
things,
Sway.
when Kevin came up here and we were talking last with him, he talked about how he's been in the game for over 15 years. So the success he's receiving now has been well earned. And you're someone who's been in the game for 18 years, and the success you're receiving now has been well earned, man. So keep up the great work.
Thank you.
Absolutely.
And I gotta
man.
say, Kevin Hart definitely, hands down, is probably the hardest working comedian out there. People can say what they want about him. The man works hard.
Yeah.
I work hard. That dude, for me to say that somebody works harder than I do, it says a lot.
That's pretty big, right?
Yeah, I don't know what he has to schedule breathing.
Pretty big. That's pretty fluffy. All right, Gabriel Iglesias, man. Thanks for coming by.
Thanks, you guys.
Check him out on Madison Square Garden.
It's Sway in the morning. Only on Shade 45.